Hey there, Danny here. Welcome to my ramblings. Tonight, I'm going to have a conversation with you. So you know how we've had, prior to this current administration, the previous administrations and the ones before that, do you know that this was all nothing but to maintain power and control over us? Let's think about this. So they kept us arguing over we needed gays to be married and we needed extra rights. We need rights for all these other types of people. In the meantime, the big corporations and the governments and our government, I don't know about other countries, but I know here in the US, our government and big corporations got together and they gave big companies, big corporations, they gave them tons of tax breaks. They gave them some of our money to build their businesses. In return, they didn't have to pay as many taxes. However, we had to pay taxes. And see, with us doing all of our charity work and our humanitarian work to the rest of the world outside of us, outside of our country, this meant that, see, we needed to keep giving more taxes because there were so many more people that needed it. But they had to keep us purchasing things and they had to keep us bought into the consumeristic society. So the big businesses could keep working us to death and getting richer and richer and taxing us more and more and more and spreading it out amongst other countries. Why do you think other countries have shut their mouth and not fought with us? Because they were getting bribed by our tax-paying dollars. Really think about it. They weren't giving us that whole woke crap and the whole freaking climate problem. They were using those tools to show, see, we're on your side. We're hearing what you're saying. We're here for you. Yes, we agree. And if they kept us focused on that type of shit, they let us believe that we were getting freedoms. But this all started with big business and government with regulation. Regulations. When they started putting in regulations, there were a lot of local, and I grew up in a small town. There was 5,700 people in the town I grew up in. And I watched factories come and go. And a lot of the factories where I grew up were owned by families that lived and went to school where I did. But once regulation came in the 80s and the 90s, all of a sudden, they were having to shut up shop because they couldn't. Paying to stay on top of those damn regulations made it so they couldn't make any profit. So they shut down the factory, which then screwed everybody else. But you see, regulation was being pushed not just by our government, but by big business, because they couldn't control us if we had our own means of interacting our money together. Average Joes providing work for other average Joes. Not people looking to get millionaire and billionaire status. Our government and big business sided together to control us. And the epitome of them really pushing stuff was when we had 2020 and the lockdowns. It was a source to see how many of us would side with them. And when they realized that there was a large amount of Americans that were totally on board with supporting the narrative that the media and big business and government were throwing out there. Because remember, big business decided that if you did not have a vaccination, that certain jobs you couldn't work at, like the medical industry and everything else. And if you worked at any other major corporation, if you didn't get vaccinated, you would have to wear a mask all the time. This was not to protect anybody. This was literally to see how many American citizens they had power and control over. And they found out. What they didn't expect was when it opened all back up and they thought that they were going to be able to put through this, people were starting to go, wait a minute. Everything's getting too expensive. Let's argue. We're not tipping anymore. Why are the big businesses getting tax breaks? It opened a lot of people's eyes. At that point, they were like, well, we're confused now. And people started asking questions. And so that's when they started pushing this agenda of transgender and doing the we're going to help kids that want to change their sex. That shit is of the devil. They pushed the woke agenda on everybody. Our government, our government, our president, our vice president, all the rest of them, they were pushing the wokeness, the satanic, the satanistic stuff, the devil shit on us. Just think about it. Just think about it. And now a lot of people's eyes are open. And because a lot of people's eyes were open and they didn't realize that, they honestly, 100% big business, government, and the media, 100% believed that they were going to get voted in and they were going to be able to put through their full agenda, which would be mass control. They did not expect that a shit ton of Americans said, yeah, no, fuck you, and they voted the other way. Come on now. This is an amazing fucking time to be alive. We've been watching. I have been watching since the 80s. Our government just destroy families. Where I grew up, everything was owned by people. There weren't corporations. Everything was owned by the people that lived in the community, in the different towns inside our county. It was America. It was 100% America. And slowly, I watched regulations come in, and I started to watch families and businesses and things like that. Kids I went to school with family lose shit. And all I thought to myself was, so regulations come in, and then I'm watching all these people lose jobs and families that had for a couple generations ran a factory had to shut down, and all these people were without a job. And then I started to notice, wait a minute, now all of a sudden we've got big corporations buying up land and or renting land and putting up these big giant box stores and everything else. And I thought, why would they do that? Why would they take away us living this way and force that way on? And why wasn't our government stopping it? Why were they allowing it? Why were they raising taxes but giving them tax breaks to build their businesses in our towns? I watched all of this, and all I thought was, this, none of this makes sense. Doesn't anybody else see this? And nobody did. They all thought I was crazy. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Or, you're too far this way, or you too far this way. I don't care left wing, right wing. I don't care what fucking wing you are. I don't care what party you side with. They have been, big business and our government have been controlling us and getting to a point where they had all full-on access. And had they won, we would have already been sent into the mark of the beast. But a lot of us got pissed and went, no, this isn't how it's going to work. So we voted differently. Well, they voted differently. I didn't vote this time, and I didn't vote this time for one reason. They voted differently this time. Everybody voted differently this time. Why did we vote differently this time? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why we voted differently this time. Because we saw we were heading, spiraling down to the devil's playground. God don't make mistakes. He, in no way, shape, or form, made somebody a boy that should have been a man. God makes no mistakes. The man upstairs makes absolutely no mistakes. You are not a mistake in any way, shape, or form, but you're convinced that you are. Because then they'll keep you focused on that. Because that is going to divide the good Christians. The ones who are on their walk with the man upstairs, fully on their walk with the man upstairs, that's going to divide them amongst the people who are going, yeah, I feel this way. And yeah, they make me feel good when they tell me this stuff. It makes me feel accepted. Accepted for what? Accepted because God made a mistake? That's absurd. So now, by the way that everybody voted, we threw a wrench in the system. And right now, watching everything that is unfolding is the most amazing thing in the world. Because had the other administration gotten in, we would 100% be working with the agencies, and I'm not naming names, but we would 100% be working with the agencies that would be forcing us into the mark of the beast. But we all threw a wrench in it. Now, it doesn't matter. We threw a wrench in it. That really doesn't matter. And here's why it really doesn't matter. Because the wrench we threw into it didn't stop it. It's going to happen. The Bible tells us that it's going to happen. There's nothing we're going to be able to do to stop it. But throwing the wrench in it right now is a way for all of us who are on our walk with the man upstairs to bring as many freaking people over to this walk with the man upstairs so they can have eternal life. So they do not have to burn in the pits of hell because they took the mark of the beast. It literally is amazing time to be alive. What's coming is going to be horrible. It's going to be intense. It's going to be crazy. But my mother was so obsessed with Revelations. My mother used to tell me, oh, Danielle, I hope that when the end comes, that God takes me because I don't want to be alive during it. And I remember saying to her, I was probably, 11, 12 years old. I remember saying to her, well, Mom, wouldn't it be kind of cool? And she's like, why? It sounds very like it's a lot of torture. I said, yeah, it sounds like a lot of torture. I said, but can you imagine? Can you imagine standing there on earth, right here, anywhere, wherever you're at, and all this crap's gone on, and all the stuff that that they said in Revelations was going on, and what was going to happen with the mark of the beast and the Antichrist and the rest of it, and then all of a sudden, after going through it, because it's not a forever, all of a sudden you get to watch the heavens open and the Lord come down. The man upstairs come and get you. You get to be standing on the mountain when he comes down. When he comes down from heaven, after they make us go into the whole one world order, we're going to get to see and witness while we are alive the man upstairs coming here. How cool is that fucking thing to be alive for? Your life sucks as it is. Let's look at it. We've got rapes, we've got serial killers, we've got gun problems, there's so much crime and so much crap that goes on. Crazy drivers who think that they gotta hurry up and get ahead of everybody else, and they don't care who they hurt in the process. Just look at our world. Every day, your life, every single day, your life has all this chaos and this crap that could end your life at any moment. But you get through it, don't you? You go through it, you pay attention, you get a little bit more, okay, that guy's acting a little weird, I'm gonna back off from him and let him be crazy. And then you're not around him anymore. You've learned to navigate around crazy shit, have you not, your whole life? Yeah, you're my age or younger, yeah. So guess what? The end being here, yeah, it might suck for a period of time. But to me, that's a small price to pay to be able to stand on that mountain when the heavens open. When the heavens open for us, I'm going to be standing on that damn mountain with the biggest, cheesiest grin on my face, so excited to be able to be alive at this moment. And that is what this pause that we have right now from forcing us into the mark of the beast and the Antichrist. This pause here literally is for us to grab all of the American citizens and any other ones from other countries that know that we are not going to partake in this shit. We're going to have to run. We're going to have to go and do what the man upstairs has told us to do. And there's quite a few of us that know exactly what to do. But I'm telling you right now, when it ends, the heavens are going to open. And because we're going to be here on earth, we're going to get to look up and watch. We're going to get to watch the heavens open up. How amazing is that? If you watch my videos, there's a video on here of a rocket ship, a spaceship, whatever, that went up, that launched at night one time, and I got a video of it. I didn't know what it was because I don't watch TV. I don't pay attention to regular media or anything. So I didn't know that there was even a launch that was going to be taking place. I just know that it literally, and go look in the video because you can see it. It literally, physically looked like the night sky literally opened up, and there was light on the other side, and you got to watch as it went farther and farther, and it was just this big, gigantic opening of light. It was the most spectacular, most beautiful thing I had ever seen. Even though I didn't know what the hell it was truly amazing. It was scary and it was amazing. And then when I found out what it was, because there was more than just me that pulled over and recorded it, because we were all like, what the hell is going on? That moment in time, I knew right then, I want to be here when he opens the heavens so then I can see him. I don't care about anything else. I want to see that day when those heavens open up and I get to see him come down to take all of us followers that didn't take the mark and didn't go along with the devil's agenda. Anyways, I hope you got something out of that. If you think that you have some more to add to it, I'd love to hear some stuff. Again, we can agree to disagree. I am okay with having conversations that you may not agree with me on, and I may not agree with you on. But, again, it is to be respectful. There will be no name-calling. There will be no mean and cruelness. If there is not love, kindness, and respect, it will be deleted immediately because we're not doing that. This is to open up communication, to try to bring as many people as possible to start their walk with the man upstairs so they can make it to eternal life. Come on now. Your options. What are your two options? Heaven or hell? You're going to burn in the fire. I don't know about you, but I'd rather be in heaven than burning in hell. I already know what hell is. I live here. Why would I want to go someplace that's even worse than here? That makes no sense to me. Heaven? Oh, I'm going there. That's eternal. This that we live in and hell are not eternal. Why do you think you mourn when somebody you love passes away? That won't happen when you're in heaven. Do you grasp that that you are now being, right at this moment in time, given the ability to choose to go someplace where there is no pain, there is no sadness, there is none of this crap that we all deal with and causes us stress. There will be no grief. There will be nothing like that. Why wouldn't you want that? You already know what this shit is, and hell's just going to be this shit magnified. Why would you want to go? Right now, the pause that we are seeing in our world right now, because of the administration that we have, is literally so we can get as many people as possible to get on their walk with the man upstairs to have eternal life. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I don't care how crazy it sounds to you. The truth is, he's coming, and we're going to get to witness it. You got to get over here. You've got to get on this walk with him. The whole world opens up. You start to interact with different people. You start to see the world completely different, and you can see all of the rotten evil. That's what the clarity is. The evil, rotten crap that goes on. You can see it blatantly, and you're like, yep, nope, not taking a part of it. And the more of us that get together to do this, the more that gets to go and have eternal life. Why wouldn't we want eternal life? Why would we want this magnified? Because essentially we're already living in hell. This is just a tamer version of it. It's really your choice. Going to heaven for eternal life? Or are you going to stay here? And then end up going to hell? Because hell is this world magnified. Think about it. Think about it. That'll be the next video. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great night. I will see you in a day or two. Love ya. Bye.